Welcome all, Raymond for Stream Gamers. We are doing a new release video for the A380 by Fly-by-Wires. It's recently dropped, and so I thought I would get my hands on it and give you a first look, just install it, and let's see if we know what we're doing here. I want to also put in there that I did have some problems with the graphics. They've been a little shaky. It's been kind of shaking all over the place. Now, I updated my video card driver. There was an update for that, so I've done that. I've restarted the computer. And so far it has happened to me a couple more times. So I think I have a solution to how to get it corrected should it happen to me again in mid-record. So we'll deploy that if we need to. Actually, I'll explain. When it does that weird shaking thing, if I go back into here and I go into general, and this is for other people that might have this problem, just change your resolution from what resolution to another, apply OK or whatever, and then you can go back and put it back the way it was. That so far seems to have corrected the problem. If it shakes again, we'll test it again. Right. So here's kind of the A380. It's choppy. It's for sure choppy. There, see, it's choppy. Now I don't know if it's as much the airport as it is the aircraft itself. I don't know. We'll just do a little stroll through the cabin. I won't spend too much time. I just want to show people kind of, some of the work that these guys have put into this. They've just put a tremendous amount of work into it. So you can see down there's the cabin, the lower cabin. You can see here, if we press that and click that, the little door will open. That opens the same on the back, on the opposite side. And so we close it up. And then my controller is broken, so I can't zoom around the cabin as easily as I'd like. But there's another door there that will open. I presume this is a staircase that's going to lead up to the sleeping quarters, but I don't know that for a fact. I just presume that. We'll look up here just ever so slightly. See how laggy that is? Like, that's just there. See, and that stutter has caused this shaky stuff to take place. So if I go here, I switch this to that resolution, say OK, keep the changes, apply, OK, and now that's fixed it. And now I can go back to the resolution that I was using before. It's very frustrating. If we get this to happen, too terribly many times, we won't finish off the recording, and I'll just come up with another way to fix it so it doesn't do it anymore. Anyways, up we go. I'll just show a little brief view of up here as well. I just want to give the credit where I believe the credit is due. So there's the upper cabin area, and you can see how it's just choppy. Now that's on my screen. You know what? I'm gonna do some some adjustments here. My issue is I don't know what I would do here to help mitigate some of the laggy chopping. I better not mess with it, because I don't know enough about that stuff to say, hey, you should do this or you should do that. Let's go back downstairs. And we'll head back into the flight deck. So on the flight deck, let's go up to the overhead. And let's, first things first, let's get the available ground power turned on. We'll put the batteries on. We're going to go down here to the flight bag, and we'll just spend a minute or two in here. I have a flight plan already planned out. Flight plan. We are sitting at Dubai International, OMBD, I think it is. Yes. Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. And if we are able to get through it without it crashing, we will go to Oscar Tango Hotel, OTHH. Okay. So there's our flight plan. I think I did that already. There's our flight plan brought in. We're going to go into here. We're going to set everything for instant so it loads quickly. We don't want to spend too much time here. Upper deck, lower deck. Okay. We're going to go to the fuel section, and same thing. We're going to load it in. That's coming in from SimBrief, 25,000 kilos. Short flight we got, so that's our flight loaded. We'll go back to the payload tab. We're going to need some of this information, your zero fuel weight, and we're going to need this CG, or center of gravity. Go up here, and we're going to turn on the IRS alignments. I've got them set to do instant aligning, although I normally don't, but for the sake of expediency, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down here. No. We're going to turn on the APU. We're going to let that APU cook a little bit, and then we're going to actually hit the start. We're going to put the emergency lights on, or armed. We are going to have the beacon on. We're going to have the strobe on. Let everybody know that we're doing stuff here. Might as well put the logo. No, that will be later. Okay. So now, let's go back to here. No. Services, fuel, payload. Okay, no, was that? Yeah, that's where I want to be. Okay, so let's go down here, and we'll start dealing with some of the MCDU systems and stuff like that. Keep in mind, as I go through this, I've had this aircraft for all of about a half an hour, 40 minutes, so I haven't had a lot of time on it. So I'm not as proficient as maybe some people would be, but we'll get started. So active in it. Here we are right here. We're gonna load that flight plan in via SimBrief. Receive the flight plan. We're going to click it again, and then we're going to insert the flight plan. And so now I notice that all of that's been inserted, or our cost index has been put in, temperature, all of that's been put in. The departure, which is right here, so we're going to click departure. We're departing on runway. Just bear with me. I had the information here, and I had to restart, and so I didn't bring it up right away, but it only takes a moment to bring that information back up. That's this one here. Edit. There it is. Use current. Yes. And generate. So I believe we're taking off on runway 30 right. And then, wait a minute, we are taking off on runway 12. That got changed. Okay, so 12, that got changed again, 12 right. Okay, so our SID our SID is in G3, 3G, that's our SID. Okay, so that's all put in. Then we hit this, and that kind of inserts it, and then we insert. Okay, so that one has now been inserted in. This is our arrival, so we click on our arrival. We're going to do runway, which is 34 right. So 34 right. Our approach is 3-4 right. We have a star, and our star is toss N. It's down here somewhere. Is toss N1J. Yes. We don't have a via, and we don't have a transition. Put that in. Insert. Okay. So that puts our flight plan in, and we can kind of leaf through the whole thing and see, you know, what it looks like, all of its places that we're going to go. I do have this discontinuity, and so I'm going to delete it. So now it's gone. We can back up, and you can see, and I'll do an insert again. And it looks like it's all... Wait a minute. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we're all in. Okay, so our flight plan is all there. Everything is in there, ready to go. So our next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the init page, and we're going to go to performance up here. So here's our performance page. Okay, our V speeds. I haven't found it where it does calculate that for us. So I'll put in V speeds as I presume we'll need. We're going to use flex. 59, 160, and let's call this 165. I'm assuming that's going to be fine. Packs are on, anti-ice is off, and flaps are 1. Okay, so that's set. Check takeoff data. Okay, let's go to performance again. No, we are in performance. Okay, so there. Okay. What is next? Fuel and load? Sure. Our fuel block. Payload. Oh, sorry. Fuel block. This is what we want. Our fuel. Now, doesn't it not give me the fuel block? I mean, I can get that off of here, I guess. 54.7. So let's put that in. In tons. That's not fuel block, that's block. What does that mean? Well, let's put our 0 and our CG in, okay? So if you're clicked in here and this is turned on, you have no movement. You can't move in the cabin. You have to get out of that. Okay, let's go back here and get that 0 fuel weight under the P load. 0 fuel weight, 343.8. So here, 343.8. And the CG was what? 35.37. 35.4. Let's call that 4. Now the fuel block, I mean, I'm assuming this means fuel, but I don't know that. Like under active fuel and load, yeah, this has got to be fuels. So let's do they want the 0 fuel weight? No, they don't want the 0 fuel weight. They say block. So I presume that means fuel block. And so the fuel block on this is 54.7. Let's go put that in here. 54.7. And let's assume that's correct. Okay, so there's our takeoff weight. 398. Takeoff. Oh, this is in pounds. That's why it's not right. Oh, hang on now. I got to change that. 54. Yeah, I got to change that. That's not going to be right. This isn't going to be right. 54 tons. Well, I'm going to leave it alone because I'm not sure that I understand it. And then we're going to return. I did that. Yeah. So I think I've got everything dialed in here that is necessary. We do need to, what do we need to do? Flight plan preference, that, okay. Meters to auto. Fuel tanks are all going to come on. This is in preparation for the next steps that we're going to hopefully encounter. Now, it seemed to me I remember in the A320 you had to turn these on, but these are actually set to off or on already. And I presume that's set properly, so I won't mess with that. Well, what do we do next? See, there is something that I got to do to get this set here as well. Flight directors, turn them on. Turn the flight director on. And altitude is going to be 22,000. I think it was 22,000 feet. Flight plan, let's just verify if I can find out where that is again. Performance. I know it was, oh, it's in the init. There, it's down here somewhere. Yeah, 22,000 feet. IRS, they are aligned. 1, 2, and 3. So that's good. We're going to return out of that. We're going to go back into our flight plan because that's kind of where we're going to live for a bit. Did I go through this? I did go through this. Yeah. Takeoff. Okay. Flight plan. Back to flight plan. We got our flight plan there. You can see it. It's not as visible as we'd like it, but it is there. Now, where is the dial there? So it's kind of hard to see it. There we go. We're going to take off and fly that way. Skid is on. Okay. So our next trick here would be to dial in our speed. Just to, I usually put this around 200 on takeoff. And so when we get in the air, we're going to hit our auto throttle. We're going to arm our auto throttle, and we're going to turn on the autopilot. So we'll need to know where that is. That's taxi. Oh, there's autopilot rate 1 and 2 right there. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do a pushback now. There's our pushback. We're going to turn the pushback system on. That's a warning message that if you have any other pushback systems, it may or may not work. We're going to call the tug. And we're going to see, there's that nonsense again. Well, we'll perform our little trick. I'm not sure if anybody else is having this, and if anybody else is having this problem and you've discovered a more effective, less time-consuming process to fix it than by doing that, please put that, that down there in the description. Sorry, in the not description, in the comment section. Yeah. Can we do that? That would be, be wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So now keep those changes, and we'll go here, we'll go here, and I think we'll try to toggle inside and out of the aircraft as least as possible, because I also think that has something to do with it. Good. Okay, back inside the aircraft. We should have the tug there now. Let's remove the brakes. Let's push it back. See, this is how I did that last time. Okay, I did this. Let's push that button again. And this time, let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to start. We're going to begin the starting sequence of the engines. We'll put that on. Oh, sheepers! I hope I haven't buggered this up. Let's stop that for now. We didn't get the APU availability on, and I may have buggered that up. It's starting. I was starting to record this video a while ago, and I did exactly. I turned this on ahead of time so that I wouldn't make this mistake. Of course, I had some problems, so I had to redo the video, and of course, I made the mistake. Anyway, so now we got APU. Now we can turn these off because we got APU running. We can what? We can do what? What can we do? We can put the APU bleed on, which turns the packs off. We're going to put this to start. We're going to begin our pushbacking again, thusly. And we're going to start. We're going to make sure that we got this set up right. We do on, yep, okay. Then we're going to start engine 1 and 2. And if we've done this right, we should start getting rotation. And we are, see? 0.5, we're getting rotation. So that part's good. We just want to make sure that we're doing this right. So there's your engine starts, right? Those are the two that are coming up. And we're looking good on our pushback as well. Want to look outside the aircraft again, but I've discovered I can do this. So at some point we're going to have to do a turn. Now we want the turn, we want the nose to go to the right, I believe is what it is. And I think that's what this indicates. So if you push the nose, this is turning the nose, pushing the nose. I guess we can watch it there too, just the same, can't we? I never recognized that. But that is moving, is it not? I'm wrong. Wrong. Oh, but I like that. I don't have to look outside the aircraft now. Okay, that's a handy little thing. You can see kind of the path in which you're intending to travel on. Okay, let's put our flaps to 1. Did we stop? We did. Let's continue on, shall we? Oh, flaps, that's what I was doing. Let's get our flaps to 1. So we got that set. We may have missed our turn a little bit, but we're going to get it. Okay. I think we're going to stop here. We're going to put our brakes on. We're going to tell the tug to tick off, hey? And once the tug gets gone, let's crank up 3 and 4 now. And we'll turn that off. So we've got 1 and 2 up. We're going to fire up 3 and 4. And then we're gonna be taxiing here shortly. Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful. And down there, over that way, over there, is the runway that we're hopeful on achieving. I can hear the engines spooling up. So we're gonna wait a minute now. That one. There we go. Is that right? Yeah. And hopefully that isn't too loud. I don't know. It doesn't look like it will be too loud. So I think I've got the engines. Yeah, I've got them all 4 started, right? You can see right there, all 4 are started. So our next trick will be is we'll come here, we'll set this to normal. We'll take the bleed off. We'll put the packs on. Oops, I guess they were on already. They were set to auto. We'll shut the APU down because we don't need it. Oh. Well, I don't know what we did wrong now. In shutting the APU off, we have completely buggered this whole thing up. Turn master battery off. So the battery is on. The gens got the APU back up and running. The engines are running. So what happens? Why does that happen when I turn that APU off? Do I need to keep that to continuous start? It's kind of weird that I turn the APU off. Where are the generators? Right here. Turn on the generators, dude. Just turn them on. Unavailable. Why are you unavailable? I mean, the generators should not be unavailable. Let's turn on unavailable. APU gens. Batteries are on. Unavailable. Turn on external power. I am unclear why that is the case. Why are the generators unavailable? Well, no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is shore power, or yeah, this is shore power. So we don't need that. We have, but the minute I turn this APU bleed off, soon as we're going to turn that off because we don't need APU bleed. Now, where are the generators? That's fuel. This is related to fuel in some way. Engine generator, right here. So they're on. They're producing power. So that's interesting that I turned this off. Now, do we keep it on? Set engine mode selector to normal. Okay, boom. Engine mode select to crank. So is that what my problem was? Let's find out, shall we? Let's turn that off. Because this should be able to be turned off. So far it looks like it's good. We have power. We have a runway over yonder somewheres. I'm just turning on my nav map. There it is. Just a minute to get all that stuff out. So I think if we were to take the brakes off, I don't know where the brake handle is for this thingamabob. And what is this? Oh, that's speed brake. So let's arm that. Where are the brakes? Let's trim. Park brake right there. Right, there's this handle here. I have a button assigned for that, so let's just use that button. And we're away. That didn't hardly take any time at all. Oh, shoot. That's funny. So our speed is in manage mode. Our heading is in manage mode. Our vertical climb speed is in manage mode. Everything is... Boy, the clickety-click over the runway is a little overdone, I think. I mean, unless it sounds that definitive, I suppose it's possible. But we're taxiing out over yonder for our takeoff. We don't have too much further to go. This is kind of a neat tool right here too, that you can see kind of the airport diagram if you're looking at it, looking for it. Right? There's the runway there. All right. We're on to the very last turn in. didn't get what kind of trim I should have in, but I'm going to put some in. So here we are. It's done it again. It's as I change the views. So we will attempt to not do that too frequent. Cancel that. And then we'll go back in. Again, I don't even know if I need to go all the way out, if it's just as simple as switching from one resolution to the next. Maybe there's a hardware issue on my end. Comment down below there if anybody else is having this, just so I can eliminate that. Maybe it's my monitor that's causing this. It's a relatively new monitor though, but doesn't do it on any other parts of the sim. But okay, so we will put ourselves on. Oh, we've done it wrong. We've done it wrong. It isn't the first time I've done this wrong, but that's okay. We didn't. Oh, look at that guy. Tally ho. I went too far forward, and I just went around the runway. The entrance to the runway is here, and I went around over there. Okay, so what I want to do first, before I do anything else, I want to discover the throttle quadrant. Yep, so there's a flex takeoff right there. So we're going to be pushing the throttle into the flex for takeoff. Okay, let's get ourselves on the runway. Is the brake on? Not able to move. Wonder why that is. It's acting very odd, and yeah, it's just really strange. I don't have the brakes on, but it kind of feels like it thinks I do. Toe brakes are functional. I'm worried that I'm somewhat concerned that I'm not going to have enough thrust to get myself airborne. Because I think it's like there's a lot of drag. Yeah, this isn't gonna lift. I mean, we're 100 knots. We're going to use Toga. We got a lift. And we're up. Oh, there's lag. We're in the air. We're going to arm the autopilot and the auto throttle. We have had a catastrophic failure. I think the engines are coming back online.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain, don't sink. Too low, terrain, don't sink.
They're coming back online.
Terrain, don't sink. Too low, terrain, don't sink.
We need to get that gone. Engines are coming back up online.
Too low, terrain. Too low,
Once
terrain.
we get this thing stabilized, I will try to explain the errors of my way. But our trim is just way too high. It's over.
Pull up. Pull up.
I'm going to get it corrected, and I'm going to spend a minute getting it working like it's supposed to work, and then hopefully we're closer to getting that. So I have my autopilot panel, and unfortunately I didn't turn on my avionics switch, and I didn't turn on the battery, and because I didn't do that on the autopilot panel, once I got airborne, I forget what I did, but I did something. I pushed some button or whatever, and it shut everything off. And so the power was killed and everything else, although it hadn't been killed. So the engines were running, or set to run, but they couldn't run. So I'm going to set this back to crank where it belongs, and if we're at all lucky, everything will be ducky. What I don't understand is why the FMC hasn't taken over. Are we remotely flying in the direction that we're supposed to be flying? We're not. Our flight plan is in. We're going to that. 93%. We are on flex. Yeah, we're on flex. We're at 14,000 feet. Like, to me, this is going in the wrong direction. DB451. But I do have a DB451. Let's look at show departures. Oh, you know. I took off in the wrong runway. I was supposed to take off on 12. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. We're going to turn ourselves. We're going to head for DB570, which is DB570. We're going to have to change this. Can we change this? In it? No. In it? Yeah. That's been taken away, so can't go in there. Just that. Okay. So what's after 587? Now we're overspeeding. Why is that? Why is the auto throttle not? This is not a flight that was designed. Let me back this up. I have not done a very good job in doing this. I'm flying to 22,000 feet, and I'm attempting to get there, but I'm way too quick. Autopilot is turned off. Put that back on. Yeah, so this has been quite a show, you know. Level climb. What we want is we want CL. We don't want flex. We want CL. And so we got that set for us. We got that going for ourselves. So we're going to keep on turning. No, I said we're going to keep on turning. We want to kind of fly a heading of 270-ish. Whoops, 270-ish, I said. Let's do that. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to actually change our departure. We can't, but I'd like to change it. How can I change that? I mean, the only thing I can think of is in here. So it wants to go here, then here, then here. And we want to go to, where does it start picking up the right part of the flight plan? 463. Where is 463? Gosh. LOP right there. So I could do just a direct straight to that one. Let's do that. Can we just go in here and click on direct? No. Okay. Because really, this is where we want to head to. And then from there, we'll pick up the rest of the flight plan. Right? Yep. Can we, where is this here? Where is that little doodad thing? See, I don't know where that one is. I don't know where any of these are. I could, you know what I could do is I could start substituting some of these. For example, DB410 right here. Can I edit this one? Can I change it? Insert next waypoint. Enable new destination. DB 410. No. DB41. It won't let me put in 410. All right. DB. Well, why would you not let me do that? Okay. New destination constraints. Delete. Insert next waypoint. DB 410. So what do you do now? Let's presume. Let's click on. Let's click on this. If we just delete that waypoint, that's not really what I want to do. From direct. Oh. So if I go here and I go from current position to direct, I want to go straight there and I want to insert that. Ja. Jawohl. Mein Kapitän. There we go. Look at this. Yeah. Now what we got to do is we got to figure out how to put this on standard, because we are well in the clear above where we should be. We're still at 206 knots. Let's jazz that up a bit, shall we? Just because we can. So what we got to do now is we got to figure out how to put the barometric pressure to standard. What does that say? ILS indicator on. Okay, no, but that's for later. Yeah. I know I would be looking down here in the 310 summers in this area, but not as clear on this one so far. Let's do arm takeoff. Select. Oh, here we go. Standard. Okay. It's kind of in the same spot where I thought it would be. So here we are. I think what we've done is we have possibly corrected ourselves. We have. We are on en route to this spot right here, which is a part of our flight plan, which is right here. And then we'll carry on. There's our top of descent. Which we'll see if we were to tick this out a knot or two. There it is. Right there's our top of descent. I can bring that back in one more and you should see it more clearly. There it is. Okay, so now I have made a change and I've decided I'm going to not use Navigraph, but I am going to use another service. And I bring this up. I'm going to be bringing this up on my next few videos so we can talk about it. As I understand, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is going to have some. That hasn't switched to standard. Why would that be? Why indeed would that be, huh? I did set this to standard. Increase barometric pressure. Set barometric pressure to standard. Well, I did that. Is it a down arrow, up arrow thing? Nope. Increase barometric pressure. Set barometric pressure to standard. I'm attempting to do that, and it says it is right there. And now it says it's not standard. See? I press it again, and it is now set to standard. So this is not. It doesn't matter. Right. Got a little off topic there. So I've been experimenting with this thing called ChartFox. You need an account for VATSIM. You don't need to be flying on a VATSIM network, and VATSIM doesn't cost you anything to sign up for it. So go ahead and sign up for it. If you're struggling and trying to figure out how to get it done, it is a little. I found it a little difficult to set up so many years ago. But if you need help, by all means, reach out and we'll figure it out together. So, by ChartFox, this is our arriving airport. So we have our ground chart, right? So if we want to look at this chart, now this is all web-based, so it's a little different than Navigraph. It does take a second or two for it to load, but typically it loads relatively quickly. There we go. So there's our airport. That's what our airport looks like. And so we can toggle through all of these to find get all of the necessary information. And what you can also do is you can pin them, right? So along here you can have them pinned for later quick looking at. Okay, we won't look at a SID, but we will look at our star. We are coming in. Let's not get this wrong this time, shall we? 3-4 right. So 3-4 left, 3-4. Whoops, 3-4 right. And what was the? I gotta find out which one it is now. Toss something or other. So bear with me. I'm going to find 3-4, the chart that we need here, or I'm not going to find it. Can. Could be this one, and it could be this one. These are 3-4 left, right. How many 3-4 left, rights do we have? We got a few of them. But, okay, and so it was TOSN1J. SN1J. TOSN1J. TOSNA1J. A1J? No. Why does it have an A1J? Well, doesn't matter. A1J, A1J. So it's either one of these two charts, is my guess. I don't know how I can discern which one it actually is. So what we'll do is we'll look at this first chart. We'll see if we can make heads or tails out of it. Um, so our plan is to come in over the northern part of the airport and come down. This does not look right to me. Let's go see what this chart looks like. Oh, that's because I had it oriented. Ah, see, this is something else. Yeah, okay. Let me just go through this here. It's turned, right? If we turn it this way, it starts to make a little more sense, I think. Now, so which one did we pin? Well, we're going to pin that one now. And then we're going to go look at the approach, which is 3-4 right. ILS 3-4 right. So we got tube, we got chart. Let's go chart. That's an RMP there. Okay, so this is a chart that I'm a little more familiar with. Okay. Now we are coming in 3-4, but I think our flight plan, if we look at our flight plan, I think we're going to discover our flight plan is going to kind of take us in a roundabout way. See, I think the airport is, we're going to do this. We're going to come like this, go around. Can we go up one more notch? Does it show us that? No. And it's actually, oh, that's because we have that discontinuity there that's still there, don't we? Or did we get rid of that? Let's do something. We don't have any. So we're going to come in on toss an A. Toss. What I just saw it right there. Three, four, right. Okay. Do I have those same waypoints? Toss an A. And no, I don't. See that? I don't actually I just have straight in C, F. Okay, so let's rethink this here. We're coming in on 3-4 right. Our approach is 3-4 ILS right. Our star is what? What is our star? I've really made a mess out of this. TOSNA N1J. N1J, which is that one right there. So we're gonna set that in. We're gonna set that in, and now hopefully we'll have all of the other residual. So we're gonna go here, 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 here. That's the entirety of it. Somehow that left us. And then we're gonna come around, and where is that going? Can we step through like we normally do with toss, gentle? Where's toss? Yeah. And then we're going to go up, oxel. Yeah. You can't see this, but I'm just comparing what I've got here on my little nav map that I'm actually, there's top of descent at here, which is kind of right. And then we head straight across to Kate, yes. And then we come back down south to DA something. We've got this got a couple other waypoints along the way, it looks like. Yeah, So we're going to come basically to this one, and then we're going to do a manual, Emmanuel, which is right there. That has got to go. And I don't know what this manual is, so I'm going to see if I can get rid of that. So does something where it is there. So, see, I buggered it up. Haven't I? Nope. So there is that, and then we go to last. Yeah. Three, four, right. Okay. So let's show approaches. So I'm here. Center. Show approaches, rival and approaches. Let's pick star. Pick 3-4 right. That's our 3-4 right there. Insert that one in, yeah. And then let's pick our approach. 3-4 right. Right click, insert, there we go. Okay, so we got our set. Now all we got to do is just not bugger it up. Which, yeah, which in my case, that's probably going to be a fairly large hurdle. I'm going to put that back to that screen. We're going to move this up one more tick. That right there appears to be our top of descent. So we got a bit to go. Now, if this is true to form like most Airbuses anyways that I've flown, unlike the Boeings, you can just turn your altitude down to your prescribed altitude. It comes to my attention that you may not have seen this chart that I was trying to show you all. And why is that? I want this to, well, what we'll do is we'll do it differently. Hopefully I have the time to set this up. Display capture, is that right? Yes. This is going to be the left, as it were. Left monitor, yeah. Okay. And if I were to put the left monitor on, bear with me here. I'm trying to make this work, but so the left monitor wants to be the left monitor, which is that one. Yeah. See? Okay. So I had this conversation. You guys are all saying, well, what are you talking about? We can't see it. So ChartFox. We are en route. I've taken this one here and I've added it into here. So it's a chart that's in here that I can look at later on. But that's the diagram of the runway. Okay, if we were doing a SID, which we're not, we're doing a star. We're doing 3-4 right, and I discerned that it's TOSNA1J. Okay, so then I've clicked on that and I've added that in here as well. I've rotate this chart over. Now, I'm struggling to understand how this works, because we're actually coming in from across the pond over here, and we're going to come up like this and go around here, and then we're going to go around. Now what are these waypoints? You see, I don't have any of those waypoints. I have that one, I have that one. Yeah, so then we're going to come around this way and we're going to go back in. Where the runway is here, I'm not sure that I understand how this chart looks. But let's look at the approach chart at 3-4 right, ILS. That's 3-4 chart. That's the one we want right there. And so now we can see that, and I apologize, it was a little confusing in the fact that I didn't have my other screen up so you could actually see this. I thought I had it set up that I could just drag it over to the main streaming window and you would see it, but apparently I don't have that set up. So I'm not sure what I've done there, but anyways. But this is the chart. So ChartFox, like I said, you can subscribe to ChartFox by signing up with a VetSim account. And then once you have gotten to your VetSim account, not once you've got your VetSim information, let me close that off. Let me open up a new tab. I've got a shortcut right here. You will be presented with a screen similar to this, which will ask you to put your VetSim credentials in. I've done that, so I hit start and I type in my ICO code, which is OMHH. Let me just validate that bit. OTHH. OTHH. So OTHH. Yoy. I'll get it right. OTHH. For those new people that are watching this video, I'm usually not this disorganized. I'm usually way more organized than this. But for some reason or other, things when could go wrong are going wrong. So we put that in, and then we're able to use this. Now, I want to also say that ChartFox does not have all of the charts that Navigraph does. So it's not a direct and equal replacement. However, ChartFox is free, so you don't have to pay for it. You can use it, and you can gain the experience of using charts without having to actually pay for the charts. So that I find is really, really good, and I'm very happy that they've done that. I'm very happy that they've given us that ability to use this for those people that don't want to put the investment into Navigraph. And the other thing is, also what's happening is in 2024, the way I understand it anyways, is in 2024, they're going to have their own system in there. How good it will be, I don't know. Will it be Navigraph? It probably won't be as good as Navigraph, but really what we're looking for is to have some basic, charts, right? So what I'm looking for is hopefully you can see this. What I'm looking for is what is the altitude that I need to be at the feathers. I want to know, do we have any CAT approaches? Are they just RNAV? Are they just ILS approaches? I want to know the frequency that I need to tune to and that kind of stuff. Now I can get a lot of that information off of Little Nav Map, but I want that type of basic information, right? What will I do if I have a missed approach, right? So this is what I'm going to start to do, right, on my missed approach, right? So these are the things that I want to know and want to be able to actually have, right? And charts can kind of provide that. Now I know some people use charts for a much broader thing than that, and they utilize them much more effectively than I likely will. Anyways, let me go back to my chart here, if I have time. 1J. Now, what did I discover this chart was showing me? Yeah, it's showing me that. And that's 1B. So this is the chart. I need to somehow try to make heads or tails out of this chart. I think it's turned. That's cated. Okay, so that's right here. right there, Kate it, and then loosen, which is that one. So I'm traveling down here as happy as I can be, getting to where here, and then I have a decel and ladso, decel, ladso. Where is ladso? That's the problem that we have. Now, do we have that? Do we pick up? Oh, I've gone and done it. LAGM. So I'm put this back up again. I'm just toggling back and through. I know that I'm coming from this way here. If I rotate this chart a little bit, I'm actually, what I'm doing is I'm coming here and I'm going through this little zigzag right here. I'm actually joining, okay, now it's starting to make sense. I'm joining it right here. This is where I'm joining the star. At this point, I'm joining into the star at or above 20,000 feet. Okay, so I'm flying this and I'm flying down here. Then I'm going to here, I think. That's so. Not so much. I don't know where Ladso is. So is Ladso on this side? No, it isn't, because when I come down here, so you can see I'm flying in here, coming around, and coming down, and I'm going over, and I'm coming back up the runway there. Now, which then tells me right there is the runways, right there. So I don't know where these waypoints are that I'm intending to hit, but apparently I'm going to hit Ladso. Let's go see where's Ladso. So there's the manual, and there's Ladso right there. Okay, so that's Ladso, right? Okay, so that makes sense. I'm going this way. Now let's go back here. I don't know why they don't have that waypoint showing here, but they don't. But anyways, I'm turning in here and I'm going up there. Now when I get to this chart, see, oh, there's Ladso right there. Okay, see right there, that's where I'm going. I'm going to Ladso right there. So I'm missing this one, but I'm going to this one, and then I'm going to come in. See, these charts, they just take, for me anyways, they just take a hot minute or so for me to put it through my head and really think it through before I say, hey, this is junk, it's not working. So now let's zoom in just a tad. There was a place where we could change the settings here to show what was the altitudes and speeds and whatnots. Put IB, right. Put IB is probably a little higher up. Yeah, right there. Put or pert? That's P-U-T. That's not P-U-R, P-U-T. Let's go back up a little more. Right there. Yeah, so we're still holding 22,000. We're going to hold 22,000 all the way along here. I do like this. I think this is a kind of a neat deal, showing us the heading, flight, and that kind of stuff. I like the way it's laid out. More so here. I don't want to clear the info. Enter destination data. Well, I have that already. So I don't know why it's giving me that message. I have it. Don't I? I don't know. What happens if we're not gonna click? We're not gonna click that. We're just, yeah. See, now if I take this further out, it actually shows. Let's not go quite that far, but it shows us going around the airport and coming in. Okay. So we're good. Bring that back in a bit, and then we're going to use ChartFox to help us no, I don't want it to do that. I didn't want to do that. Okay, there. We're going to use ChartFox to kind of help us guide us in. Now, one thing about ChartFox that is different, there's a few things that are different, but let me put it back up again. But one of the things that is different is that in Little Nav, or not Little Nav, in Navigraph, you have the ability to attach your airplane and follow the chart with the airplane. And that was pointed out to me when I made the decision to turn it off. And I thought, okay, yeah, that could be a thing. But then I realized, is it really a thing? Because here is a service that's free, and I can do exactly the same thing. And really, I mean, this actually does a really good job of it. I mean, it gives you your height restrictions right there. I believe it actually shows, what your speeds and all that should be, and your altitudes all the way along. So then I realized, yeah, I still don't need Navigraph. Now, I'm not saying that Navigraph is bad, and I'm not saying that everybody else should cancel their Navigraph subscriptions because here we are, we've got this. That's not kind of what I'm saying. I'm just saying for myself, I'm making the decision to say, hey, maybe I don't care about it as much because, let me get back on, I'm trying to get back on this tab there. I don't care about it as much because I have other alternate solutions that will let me do pretty much the stuff that I want to do anyways, which I don't have to pay for. And don't get me wrong, Navigraph is not a lot of money. I think it was, I'm in Canada. I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $13, almost $14 a month or something like that. But in a world where we spend $10 a month here and $15 a month there and a $30 a month charge there, and by the time you look at your credit card statements, that you realize that you're spending $100 a month to do some of these things that you enjoy doing, and that starts to add up. But each to their own. This is kind of one of the reasons that I made this decision. That I looked at my credit card statement. My wife typically does this, but I finally looked at it and just out of curiosity, I added it all up, and I looked at it and I thought, I am spending a lot of money on all of these little add-on subscriptions that I feel that it's important to have, and I can do it without it. And quite honestly, those things are nice to have, but the aircrafts themselves have a lot of the stuff built into them already. There's a lot of the stuff there. Now, charts maybe not, but as you saw, I can show you where we can actually get charts that we don't have to pay for. Shall we go outside and have a peek? And hopefully it won't do its funny business. There we go. Yeah, so you see how it's really choppy and laggy, and I'm going to later on, I'm going to do another flight off camera, of course, but I'm going to do another flight. I'm going to fly this in something else. I don't know, my A310 or maybe a 777 or something like that, and just to see, am I having the same stuttery stuff? Because I certainly don't want to blame. I'm not going to blame fly-by-wires anyways, but I certainly don't want to say, hey, the fly-by-wire is just causing this issue when it might be something else. Right, we're gonna carry on. I've rambled on through a lot of this, and my intentions was to not make this so much of a long talking video because it will get long. I'm probably going to cut some of these parts out. So I'm going to mute Mike right now, and we're going to cut some of this out until we get a little closer to the actual approach and landing and so forth, and a part of the top of descent. This would be a great time for me to put out there, like, comment, subscribe, notification bells, that sort of thing. I'm I'm attempting to kind of grow the channel. I'm attempting to grow my presence on YouTube. It has not been for years to not. That's not been my driving force. But I've seen that I'd like to try to grow it, and so I request, I ask, like, comment, subscriptions, and that kind of stuff. It's really, really important. It's important for more people to see the videos. The more likes you get on the videos, the more, from what I understand, it gets pushed out to more people. So, yeah, I'm going to close my hole for now, and we'll catch up when we catch up on the next stage of this. Okay, so we got our top of descent coming pretty quickly. We'll dial that back out a little bit just to see what our total actual distance is. We're about 7 miles. That little line, I believe that little line is top of descent. And so we've dialed in our altitude here. And the way I understand it to work is if I put my cursor there and you see that little down arrow, that little down arrow then should make it start to descend. Because this is a Cat 3 runway, in theory this aircraft should auto land. I will attempt to see if it will auto land, but I'm not going to hold my breath. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I will be at the ready for landing. Speaking of which, let's find out what the actual runway heading actually is and the frequency. So the frequency is 110.1. So 110.1. I'm just dialing this into my radio stack. And I'll do that on the second frequency as well. Or on the second radio, that is. Okay. So we got that going for us. We should be descending, so let's push the down arrow. We'll keep an eye here to see that it will descend. It appears that it is. It does. Throttle is coming back. Yeah, so we're on our way down. So that is how that works. Come on now. Get away from me, you little squirt. I meant this here. Oops. That's my little Daisy right there. She sits on my desk sometimes whilst I'm playing. I put her on my desk. I'll show you what I mean. Right there. Because she is just a little squirt. And for people who want to see more of my little Daisy, go ahead and make a comment there and let me know. I see some people, what they do is they have their pet kind of hanging out with them, and they have a little specific camera for them. Daisy is maybe a little shy of the camera just yet. Maybe, eh? Yeah, maybe. Okay. I bring that up now because normally I do recording. My door is closed and I don't let her in here while I'm recording because I'll get distracted talking to her, and yeah. Anyways, so here we are. We're just we're cruising along, making our way down, and this should be no different than any other landing. I assume, but we'll find out. We'll get ourselves ready for it. We're on our way down, 18,000 foots. Now, one thing I see quite often, oh, look at that. That's a neat. I don't know what that graphic means. What does that mean? Is that my flaps? It could be my flaps. But normally there's a, I got to put the LS dealy whelper on. Yes, I can put the LS dealy whopper. Yes. Okay, so now we get these. So that's what they. So and I knew that. If we don't put that on, that graphic here goes away, and this over here goes away. But we put that on, and we put that on. What does this one do? Anyways, we put that one on, that LS. And now we can see that the graphic is here, and as we get closer, that's going to show us a little diamond up here, and it's going to come down, trip, and down we go. This is going to show us our right to left alignment, right? Now, what I want to also look at and see if I can get somewhat prepared for is the turn on localizer. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use localizer. I'm going to use ILS and only ILS, I think. It's also interesting or noteworthy to see that you have your throttle on CL mode, and that mode should take us pretty much right down on the runway. In fact, if we're going to use a CAT approach, category 1, category 2, category 3 approach, on the category 3 and 2, I think it will just auto land the aircraft completely. We won't have to worry about any of it. Might be a good time for me to kind of discuss a little bit about the flight plan. I wanted to do this within all of its mistakes and everything else. I wanted you to see all those things and kind of work through them all, because I know other people are flying this A380 for the very first time with less experience, or maybe more than me, and are struggling with some of these systems. And so I feel it's more authentic, rather than making the absolute perfect video without any blunders, without any mistakes. And then what happens when you do make those perfect videos, people fly them or do them, and their results are different, and they have this problem, or they have that problem, or they have this problem, and they don't know how to resolve it. And so you could see, we had power outage, we had that one go. We had complete engine shutdowns, all 4 engines shutting down. And I was able to get them all started back up again before we crashed and burned. We were close to crashing and burning. We had a stall, and we recovered from the stall. So you can see how, we went through a lot of different transitions, and yet we're still in the sky. We haven't made a big ball of fire yet, but the landing is still up for grabs. So there's that. Yeah, so let's not worry about any of that until we get much closer to where we got to go. I'm curious about something. If I turn that off, does that go? No, it doesn't. So it's localizer. And what happens when I hit the localizer button mode? What does it do? Anything extremely abrupt and rude that I would not like? Because in the Boeing, I would hit localizer, and then shortly after that, I'd hit auto approach. Do we have auto approach button? That's altitude. What's this little dealy whopper here? Turn on auto approach mode. Right there it is. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just keep flying. Right, Shorty? Yeah, we'll just keep flying, Shorty. Okay. All right. So we are getting there. You can see there on the graphic, kind of where we are in relation. Right there is the airport. If we were to take a little peek off in that direction, we might even see said runway if we sit up a little bit. Now, have we passed over top? No, it's just over there. It's just over there. And 3-4 is along the water there, so that's where we're coming in right there. That's Doha International. Oh, that's 2 airports there. I did not catch that. I saw that as being 1. Doha International, and then we're coming in on the other one beside it. But we're going to come in along that water's edge over there. I don't know if we can zoom in to see that. Yeah, we can. There's the runway right there. Right there. Let's, just out of curiosity, let's do this. Let's do some of this. Let's do some of this. Let's turn on traffic and see what kind of traffic we got going on in the sky. So, oh yes, we have. Oh yes, indeedly we do. Indeedly we do. Let's take a peek outside, see if we can't make it go all goofy again. Yeah, we can. We certainly can. Okay, we'll go back inside. We'll adjust the goofy factor. Yeah, that's weird. That's just. I wish I knew. What the solution was in. Oops. I didn't change. I'll keep change. I just did something a little shorter there. Yeah, I just changed it. Who knows? Maybe I don't even actually have to change the resolution. Maybe I just need to go out of that screen. Anywho's, so we got two guys right there. A320, and there is an A380 down there. Yes, sir, rebub, there is. I can only imagine the skies will be filled with A380s for the coming days, weeks, and beyond, I'm sure. I am far from the only one who's been excited about having this aircraft. I've been kind of anxiously waiting for it. Look at the windscreen. I don't know, is that fog or what that is? Do we need to turn on some stuff here? Why is that on? That needs to be off. That needs to be off. Do we need to turn on some heat on the windows? And if we do, how do we do it? Let's have a look at this here, shall we? Turn on extraction fans. Turn off. No, we don't want them off. Turn off. No, we want nothing off. We want everything on. It's really about that. Cabin pressure set to auto. Okay. Well, what's this here? Hot air, turn off. No, we don't want to turn that off. Why don't we turn this airflow on high? Why don't we turn that up just skosh? Maybe that will fix that, because I have a feeling what we're seeing here is kind of a fog on the windscreen. So maybe by doing that, we have addressed that. Okay. And we're gonna just keep coming down. I think we're there it is, which tells me we're too high, but that's okay because we got to go up this way and then come back down, and hopefully, let's start getting some stuff set up here. We'll use that. Brakes 2. We have big runways here, don't we? Yeah, almost 16,000 feet. So I'll use auto brake 2. That's going to be fine. We're going to land using. I want to see, is there a place in here that's going to tell me what the landing should be? Index. Let's go back to init. Yeah. Let's look at fuel. No. What is this for? No, we've been there. That's not the right spot, anyways. Well, I'm looking for something. The probe button that gives me kind of what is my distance to the airport, and all that good stuff. I'm sure there is a button that does that for us, and we won't spend too much time looking for it because I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of. See, now you see how it shows now we're high, right? Just for people that struggle with this, because I did for a long time, I struggled with this. You chase the diamond. What does chase the diamond mean? Well, chasing the diamond means I need to go that way. I need to turn to the right to get to the diamond, right? That's chasing the diamond. Here, it's telling me I am too high. Or sorry, I'm too low. If I were to chase the diamond, I would need to bring the aircraft up, right? That's what chasing the diamond refers to, or at least I've been able to put it in my head, because for a long time I've been trying to understand this, and I've had people say to me, "Oh, well, you just all you got to do is chase the diamond, just chase the diamond," and it's never been explained to me, or my pea brain has not been able to pick up on what it actually truly means. So, chase the diamond. When you see that, that is telling you that your aircraft is too low. You should go up. Now, we're not going to do that because very quickly as we make this turn around and start coming back in, that diamond's going to start coming down. And likewise, this diamond here is also going to start finding its way back to the center point. Okay, if this is all doing what it's supposed to do, doing it the right way, and we're going to find that out. Now, what we got to do is we got to start thinking about flappy flaps and slowing down, because we are warp speeding us. What is our speed supposed to be? And where are we in the wide world of sports? We are up here somewhere. We're coming into Lasso, which is right there. We are supposed to be 2,500. And where is our altitude restriction coming into play? Oh yeah, okay. Well, we need to slow this. We need to slow this puppy down. So we're gonna drop one notch of flap. Our speed is there, so we're gonna dial that back. I don't know what the landing speed of an A380 is, but we're going to assume it's going to be somewhere around that 150 mark. This is what we're going to assume. I can see the runway is kind of right there. So we're going to start, things are going to start happening pretty quick. Flaps are landing is down, or gear is down. That's what I've been trying to say to you. My gear is down. Flaps are coming down one more notch. We're going to have a very short final, so we're going to need to do some speed and other stuff adjustments. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. That diamond is going to come in right away shortly. My approach, I could probably go to auto approach. We got 2 more notches for flaps. There you see the diamond coming in. And you see this diamond is going to start falling here shortly. My suspicions are if I turned on the other autopilot, I would lock onto a cat approach. And you can see right there I've locked onto a Cat 3 dual, Cat 3 approach. So in theory, this thing is going to land itself, and I think we should do that. I think that would be a fantastic exercise. I want to slow down, I think. Let's get full flaps. Runway is in sight. The diamond is tripping the altitude hold, and we're on our way down again. And our profile is right on the money. We've got
2,500.
2,500, as you heard, hopefully. We've got that and that, and we are. It appears that we are golden. I'd like to go outside the aircraft and check for configuration, but it is something that I do because I don't know why. I like to go out and make sure the gear is down. And now I do have 3 lights on my gear right there. So those 3 lights indicate that all of the gear is down. And I know the flaps are out. And here we are. At this point, I'm going to look at my ground chart, and I'm going to just see what it looks like for me coming in and where I will taxi to. This is, yeah. There's 3-4 left. Where's the right runway? That's interesting. Anywho's, I'll pay attention to what I'm doing here now.
1,000.
You know what I did wrong? Let me put that back into CL mode. So if I remember correctly, this is supposed to control the speed as well as the altitude descend and the right and lefts. I mean, it's doing a good job. We're right on the money. Our profile is bang on. You know, our localizer's got us right on the center line. ILS has got us on the right profile. 400 trajectory coming down. I don't see the lights to tell me whether I'm high or low. And one thing you got to be mindful of, this is a very big aircraft. And so wheels are going to be on the ground shortly. Sooner than you think. Will it flare?
50, 40, 30.
There's a flare.
20, 10. Retard.
That's about as nice as you're going to get this thing to land on an auto land. The PMDG 737 that I fly, or the 7777. Now, granted, I haven't come to this airport, so I don't know. But that's...
Auto brake off.
Yes, auto brake is off. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's as nice a landing as I've had in the recent times with that auto system. So, whoops, I'm a little off track here. So I'm gonna park it right here, get the brakes on. Now, in theory, what we should be doing is we should be going up here and restarting all of that stuff. But the video has dragged on 2 hours, and I don't want it to drag on more than that. So I'm going to say thank you very much for your patience and your time in watching this. I'm probably going to strip out some of this stuff because I just want to keep it a little shorter than what it has been, and I may put it into 2 videos. I may put it into 1 video. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, Raymond for Stream Gamers. This has been a look at the A380s, the A380 fly-by-wire's new addition to their fleet. Check it out. It's a fantastic project that they got going on. I appreciate all your time. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bells, and all that wonderful stuff. And until we get to the next one, I may do another video of the A380, and it might be a little bit more in depth about the A380. But anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful evening, day, and enjoy life. Have fun. Do nice things for nice peoples and all that good stuff. Until the next one. Bye-bye now.